You're looking at the Kia Picanto, one of the most affordable cars in the Aussie new car market. Now we know that SUVs are the default choice for most new car buyers, but Kia's microcar is a city car hero. Before we get into why, don't forget to like, subscribe to the Car Sales channel and let us know what you think in the comments. Is the microcar a dying breed? The Kia Picanto is a pint-size car with few rivals. It's one of just two cars that qualify as a micro car in Australia. The significantly more expensive three-door, four-seat Fiat 500 is the other. The 2024 Kia Picanto comes in two badges only, the Sport on test here and the top spec GT line. Now the Kia Picanto, along with the MG3, are the only two vehicles in the Aussie market to have a retail price that starts under $20,000. And while the MG3 is technically a light car, same as the Suzuki Swift and the Mazda 2, the Picanto is probably going to be cross-shopped against this bunch because buyers look at price, amenity and cost options. Kia's generous warranty period and budget-friendly service schedule will appeal to a variety of buyers, particularly first-timers tight on cash. Kia's modern design cues are evident on the Picanto. There's simplicity in its clean, angular lines and tiny silhouette, and equally tiny 14-inch alloy wheels. Auto-electric folding mirrors are a nice touch. There's just one engine to speak of, a 1.2-litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder petrol. The Picanto is paired to a 5-speed manual as standard, but you can get a 4-speed auto for an additional $1,600. Now, the output is a meagre 62 kilowatts, but remember, this is a lightweight car, and it's also got more muscle than the Fiat 500. At entry-level trim, it's actually not too bad. The seats are really comfy and the dash layout is modern and functional. Cloth trim seats, lots of hard plastic surfaces, very basic seat and steering wheel adjustability speak to the price point of this vehicle. And while it's not ideal, it's certainly not unexpected. Overall, the build quality feels on point. There's not a huge amount of space in the front of cabin, but you've still got things like two cup holders, plenty of space for phone, keys and oddments storage. You've got conveniently located USB-C, USB-A and a 12-volt outlet. You've also got a little bit of space in the indoor pockets and a glove box. I know I'm not alone when I say the infotainment interface can be a make or break scenario. It's really good to see the level of kit at this price point. Drivers young and old and anyone who is a slave to their device like me will be happy to see wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's worth noting that some cars that are far more expensive than this car don't offer that amenity, certainly not as standard. I can survive without digital radio, and the Picanto is not alone in omitting satellite navigation, which is somewhat remedied by the smartphone connectivity. The small digital screen shows you things like speed, trip information and revs, but it also has a prompt that flashes at you to upshift gears. The Picanto's rear view camera has good clarity and features dynamic guidelines too. Kia's commitment to safety technology at this price point is commendable. Despite this, the Kia Picanto's safety credentials fall short. It's currently unrated, following a previous 4-star rating. Read the review for full details on this. Yep, it's tight back here. At my height, or lack thereof should we say, head and legroom is actually not too bad, but for someone taller, not so much. There's not a lot of amenity to speak of back here. You've got one back seat pocket and access to this central drink holder, but otherwise you do have two ISOFIX positions, so that's okay if you've got kids, and these doors open wide enough to facilitate sort of easy or fairly easy loading of a baby or a toddler. There are not a lot of features to speak of, just one seat back pocket and access to a central drink holder. There are two ISOFIX positions and the rear doors open wide enough to help with loading babies and toddlers. So yes, the boot is tiny, but look at this. Two carry-on suitcases with room to spare. And it's deep enough and wide enough that you could fit a small pram in there too. And now it's time to see how this little overachiever performs on the road. Let's drive. First things first, we've got a 5-speed manual. It makes me really happy. I know it's a dying skill, but I'm happy nonetheless. I'm pretty comfortable behind the wheel and everything is easily within reach. This lightweight car, small capacity engine, it puts along pretty boldly, to be honest. The city limits are the Picanto's happy place, but perhaps not so much for the 5-speed manual. I think that 4-speed auto will be the popular choice if your budget permits. The Picanto's steering is light and accurate, which gives it an effortless feel, but also a bit of a playful feel behind the wheel. I'm pretty comfortable behind the wheel, like overall ride comfort is good. It's just my seating position. I like to sit a bit lower and that lack of seat adjustability just prevents that. Just how refined do we expect the Picanto to be? Well, it feels like a quality build and there are no major noises or squeaks to speak of, no great wind noise, so I'm happy. Now, in terms of how frugal the Picanto is, our time behind the wheel, we were able to match, if not better, the combined claimed fuel consumption. Outward vision is great, which is good because in a microcar, sometimes you can feel quite vulnerable, particularly when you're lined up alongside much larger vehicles. All in all, the Picanto is a good drive that's best suited to city car duties. The Picanto Sport has its obvious limitations where power and dynamics are concerned, but in terms of price, packaging and value for money, it's a winner. The Kia Picanto reigns supreme in the admittedly limited microcar segment, but where value for money is concerned, it'll shame some slightly bigger hatchbacks too. Tiny car, great package. The Kia Picanto Sport ticks a lot of boxes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Car Sales channel, and let us know what you think in the comments.